want to sue her for child support because, you know, my kids are always with me, and she's always at work. You know, she's always working for the hospital. You know, yeah, we said back then that we could do this together as one. I wouldn't so much as far as swapping complete schedules. I started doing overnight shift now, just so I can be there for my kids and everything. And she was supposed to be working for mornings, which she was, but she volunteered for more hours, and even when she's not at work, she's just never home. I don't know where she is. She doesn't call us. She doesn't call our kids. My kids are always wondering where she's at, and you know, I myself, sure, she can do what she wants as long as she lets me know where she is for her own safety. But my kids always wonder where she's at. They always for days at a time. She's never home, and we broke it off several weeks ago, and only with my income alone, I can't really just do it with just me and my kids, especially that one has autism. I've always got to take her to the doctor and whatnot. And for these past 3 weeks, I have not seen or heard from her, even as so much as trying to help out with the kids or anything like that. So I can't get it. I'm surprised she's even here at court today.
Okay, when you say kids, how many?
I have two.
Two, all right.
You mean we, not you?
No, I have two.
Ma'am, I'm addressing him. So he answered appropriately, and you'll have your opportunity to speak, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so you said you changed your job to now you work overnight?
Yes.
What is it that you do?
I drive an 18-wheeler. I drive locally. I deliver hospital supplies.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's how you all met?
Beforehand, but we had the same interest in the medical field.
Okay. All right. And how long has it been since you all stopped living together?
It's been, I want to say, a month and a week already.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
She just, for as long as I can remember, about 2 years now, she's just never been wanting to come home really. And honestly, I've caught her having some painkillers that I would only assume she's taken from the hospital she works at. She's either on painkillers, or sometimes I'll find needles around and whatnot. So I know she works at a hospital, so she's got to get the drugs from there.
Ah, yes, the courtroom, where parental responsibilities are debated like bad Wi-Fi contracts. On one side, we have a father working overnight shifts, raising 2 kids, and making life work. On the other, a mother who treats home like a hotel lobby. She checks in occasionally, but never stays. This guy switched his whole life around for his kids while she's out here volunteering for extra shifts like a workaholic on steroids. And even when she's off, she's still missing. 3 weeks with no contact? That's not a mother, it's an urban legend. But wait, plot twist. Our missing mom might also be moonlighting as a pharmacist. For herself. Painkillers? Needles? Looks like she's not just working at the hospital, she's shopping there too. And the best moment? When she tries to interrupt and the dad just shuts it down. No, I have 2 kids. That's the courtroom equivalent of a mic drop. Moral of the story? If you have to sue someone just to get them to parent, they probably shouldn't have been one in the first place. Stay tuned, because this case is just getting started.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know?
I just hate that it's really around the kids. The kids find it before I do most of the time.
Oh my.
Yes.
Ma'am?
I mean, I'm not sure where he's getting this intel from, but that's
Obviously
not
the
true.
kids.
I mean,
are you saying your kids are liars?
I mean, they could be. I mean, I'm not sure.
You're not sure because you're not around that much?
I am around. I just have to work all the time. I mean, it's not my fault that, saving lives isn't important to him.
No, I believe it is important to him. I don't think that's what he's saying. He's saying that you're not contributing anything.
I mean, I am, though. Like, I feed them or sometimes, and
You feed them? You'd agree with me that that's your responsibility, right?
She brings them fast food and leaves
Okay,
again.
but it's food, though.
But you don't sit there and spend quality time with your kids. You say, here's food, and leave.
I mean, the tablet works just fine. They can just eat and watch the tablet. Like, why is that a problem?
Because
So you want to raise a child off of a tablet? You think that's
I mean,
okay?
they have educational stuff. I don't see what's wrong with it. Like, I need to go to sleep at some point in time.
me personally, myself, I sit there with my kids and I open a book with them and I help them with their homework. I feed them. I'm not much of a good cook, but I do what I can to put food on the table and spend time with them. It doesn't matter if I lose sleep over it. I mean, that's why I went to overnight, because I want to spend time with my kids. I went to
changed
overnight.
his shift to
As he
spend more
should.
time
He's
with
a
the kids.
dad.
As
but-
you should. You're a mom. The audacity.
I mean, but I have a more important job.
I mean, how many times are you going to say that? I mean, you have the audacity to say that he's a dad and he should do these things, but you're the mom and not doing these things. He changed his shift. Why can't you?
Because it's inconvenient to me.
I've actually heard a couple times to where she says, I gave birth to him. It's your job to take care of him.
You believe that?
Yes.
Yes. Nothing says great parenting like your kids discovering evidence of your alleged drug habits before you do. That's not even bad parenting. That's an episode of CSI Playroom Edition. And just when you think it can't get worse, here comes the defense. My kids could be liars. Ma'am, that's not a defense. That's a confession that you don't even know your own children. And the judge, immediate takedown. Then we get the real highlight. I feed them sometimes. Ma'am, that's not parenting, that's food delivery. And fast food at that? At this point, Ronald McDonald has spent more time with these kids than she has. And her grand argument? The tablet works just fine. Yes, because nothing says quality parenting like raising kids on YouTube autoplay. Someone tell her she's not running a daycare for iPads. She's supposed to be raising humans. Meanwhile, the dad is out here sacrificing sleep, switching shifts, and actually being a parent. And what does she say? Well, I gave birth to them, so it's his job. Yes, the I clocked out of motherhood after labor strategy. A bold move. Let's see how it plays out. Oh, wait. It didn't. The judge's patience is hanging on by a thread, and honestly, so is mine. Stay tuned, because I have a feeling this is only going to get messier.
Interesting. Wow. No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You are going to financially support these children, and I'm going to make sure of it today. And you may want to look into trying to do a shift change yourself so you can spend some time with the kids. I mean, obviously, I can't court order you or force you to spend time with them, but you should want to spend time with the kids. And I mean, considering that one of them has autism, you should want to spend more time with your kids.
I mean, I get it, but it's too much work having a kid with autism. That's why I just leave it to him, because he's better suited for that.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm not about to do this game with you. Since you left a month and a week ago, have you given him any money for the children? I don't need an explanation either. It's a yes or no.
No.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
She's actually asked for money instead of giving.
And then you have the nerve to ask for money and the kids are with him?
I mean, he has an obligation to give me support.
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. You came here to waste my time because you have the same obligation to your kids. He should not be paying you anything if the kids are with him majority of the time. If they're living with him, if he is the primary parent, he is tasked with the daily duties of caring for these kids. He shouldn't pay you anything, ma'am. And it is ridiculous that you believe that he should. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. This is what we're going to do. How much money you make a year?
$60,000.
Okay, $60,000. All right. Health insurance.
That's about I just have the individual. He has a family one under his plan. So I just
Yes.
pay $80 every 2 weeks.
Okay, health insurance. Is it private health insurance? Is the children under Medicaid? What are we doing?
Medicaid.
Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to have to pay that back to Medicaid, just FYI, unless you want to put them on private health insurance, which I don't see why you would have a problem with it. You're a nurse. You have access to private health insurance, right?
Yes.
So why did you just get an individual plan when you have a family? That was a question.
Because it's his job to take care of them, and I shouldn't have to spend
You know what?
money.
Don't say that again about what his responsibilities are and what his job is, because you're a mom, period.
And just like that, Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered the villain origin story phase of this courtroom saga. Judge hits her with some cold, hard truth. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the judge was trying really hard not to throw her gavel like a boomerang. And then the mom drops the bombshell. It's too much work having a kid with autism. Ma'am, parenting is work. It's not an internship you can quit because it doesn't fit your vibe. Also, bold move saying that in front of a judge who already looks one sigh away from holding you in contempt. But wait, there's more. Not only has she not given a cent to the father, but she's actually been asking for money. I mean, the audacity. She's out here treating child support like Cash App Fridays while doing zero of the parenting. The judge didn't just shut her down, she practically uninstalled her from the conversation. And then we hit the financial breakdown. $60,000 a year, individual health plan, kids on Medicaid. And why? Because it's his job to take care of them. Oh, no, ma'am, that's both of your jobs. Someone needs to remind her that mom isn't just a title. It actually comes with responsibilities. By this point, even the judge's patience has expired. Don't say that again. Translation. Say it one more time, I dare you. And honestly, same, Your Honor. Same.
And I feel
But
like
you're not doing your part.
I feel like I'm always not doing enough for my kids.
I mean, but
and
you
only
also
because I don't
forced
have
me
my
to have
other
the
half.
kids. Like, I don't know why you're doing that.
Because
You don't want to have your kids?
I mean, like, when I was pregnant, I told him I didn't want him because I wanted to go party. And, like, he was just like, no, we got this. And, like, how is it my fault? He wanted them. I didn't want them. So.
But you kept them.
no, the first we've talked about having kids and we've wanted kids.
I know, but,
once
like, when we were
pregnant,
older,
once she
not
got
right
pregnant and
now.
she knew she couldn't do what she needed anymore, or really what she wanted anymore, then it was just oh, this baby's really an inconvenience to our lives.
I mean, but you know
This
what I
child
like to
support
party.
payment is about to be an inconvenience to you as well, because you're going to pay child support. Whether you wanted them or not is beside the point. You had them, they are here, they are your responsibility just as much as they are his responsibility. So,
And here we are, folks, with another episode of Excuses No One Wants to Hear in a Courtroom. The father starts off strong, laying out the reality. He's doing his part and then some. And the judge? She's fully locked in. The mom, however? Well, she decides to take a different approach. The I never wanted these kids in the first place defense. Bold strategy. Let's see how it plays out. Spoiler alert, not well. She really sat there and admitted, on record, that she told him, while pregnant, that she didn't want the kids because she wanted to party. Oh, ma'am, that's not a flex. That's a confession. The judge didn't even have to say anything at this point. The entire room could hear the child support calculations loading in her head like Windows 95. And then the father, bless his patience, tries to explain, we talked about having kids, we planned for this. And the judge? She's just watching this unfold like an unpaid therapist at her limit. The moment the mom called her own kids an inconvenience, the judge had had enough. You know this child support payment is about to be an inconvenience to you as well. Oh, that's not just a ruling. That's a verbal finishing move. She might as well have stamped game over on this case. Moral of the story? You don't get to treat kids like an unwanted Amazon package and then be surprised when the judge hands you the bill.
So, $60,000 a year. I have your gross set at $5,000. Your net is $4,101.87. Medicaid reimbursement based on 9% of your gross is $450. Do you think you can get health insurance through your employer that's cheaper than that for the children?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
You don't want to look into it?
Not really.
we work for the same company. Yes, she does.
Oh, okay. So this is what we'll do. You just go ahead and pay that, and you can roll your eyes all you want to. I can roll my eyes too. We're just going to have you reimburse Medicaid that full $450. So that brings your monthly child support obligation for 2 children to $1,025 plus the $450 reimbursement to Medicaid for $1,475. Now, it looks like Dad also requested for you to pay back pay for that month in a week. that you left and haven't given the children anything. I'm going to grant his request. So you have arrearages in the amount of $1,475. That's to be paid at $25 a month. So your monthly child support obligation, including the back pay, is $1,500. You have any questions about anything I just said?
I mean, I just feel like it should be less. What am I going to be left with to party with? Like, what am I going to do?
I don't know, maybe pick up some extra shifts or work a part-time job.
Or take care of your kids.
Don't, you know, if she doesn't want to take care of her kids, I really don't care at this point. I just want to make sure he gets some financial assistance.
I mean, but he makes enough money.
And I mean, you make enough money too. So again, do you have any questions about anything I just said?
No.
Okay. You have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Well, folks, we've arrived at the financial reckoning. Our party-loving mom is now realizing that fun costs money. And guess what? Her kids are on the bill. So, the judge lays down the numbers like a calculator with a vendetta. The mom's going to owe $1,475 in child support, $1,025 for the kids, and $450 for Medicaid reimbursement. But she's not thrilled. In fact, she's actively contemplating how to afford her next night out. Cue the line of the year from her. What am I going to be left with, to party with? Ma'am, this is child support, not your personal allowance. It's not like party fund is an option in the court ledger. The judge, like the pro she is, gives her a reality check. Pick up some extra shifts, get a part-time job, or here's a wild idea, take care of your kids. Imagine sitting there, in front of a judge, while she's talking about taking care of your own flesh and blood as though it's some side hustle you do for fun. And then, the father, probably done with the theater at this point, just drops the mic. If she doesn't want to take care of her kids, I really don't care at this point. Oh, the shade. He's just here for the money now, folks. No more playing nice. Mom, however, still thinks she has some wiggle room. But he makes enough money. Yeah, because that's how child support works, ma'am. It's not like a who can out-earn who game, but the judge doesn't flinch. She asks, "Do you have any questions?" And the mom, defeated, finally says no. This is the moment where, if this were a reality show, the music would kick in. And that, folks, is a wrap. If you enjoyed watching, I'd appreciate your support by donating through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. Your donations help me create more videos like this in advance, keeping the content coming just like the cold truths kept coming to her in the courtroom. Hit that like button, subscribe, and smash the notification bell. As hard as the mom's reality check just got smashed. Trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next when life hands you a bill like that. See you in the next one.